guys, good afternoon. How are you? It's Friday afternoon, and I think it's time for another review. So today it's going to be all about Aqua Gio Profumo. It's a classic, very well-known brand, and it's a flanker to a fragrance that was released in 1995. Now, in terms of Aqua Gio Profumo, right? It has been the nose behind this fragrance is Alberto Morales, very well-known name. This person has designed, I believe, about 200 fragrances, right? So very impressive CV. Some of the well-known ones he's behind are M7 2002 YSL, absolute legend. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, very well-known fragrance. Carolina Herrera 212. I can't remember. I think it's Bulgari Man as well, 2010. Gucci Guilty Absolute Porom 2017. That's the latest one. And this person, you can guess, is an expert with what you call fresh fragrances. Yeah. So a little bit about the house. You know, Armani produces some really good fragrances. From time to time, we have seen some great releases. This particular one was released in 2017. Okay, it was 2015. I'm sorry, and it's a flanker to the original. There are two flankers. This one is the latest flanker, released in 2017. So let's start with. I have a dry down on my left wrist. So let's start with the spray. Excellent bottle, and I believe an excellent atomizer. So let's have a look. Beautiful atomizer. So what do we get in terms of the smell? I can smell it from here. The very opening of this fragrance is herbal and fresh, aquatic. So let it settle for a minute. I'll tell you an interesting story with this fragrance. When I first smelt it on a piece of paper, I didn't like it. The reason I didn't like it is because this fragrance has a note which smells like, if you pick calendula flowers by hand, you will get a very eggy type of a smell, and I did not like it at all. I don't like that note. I used to use Aqua Gio back in the day, then I went off it, and it smelled a bit chemically to me then. So anyways, I didn't like perfume. I absolutely did not like it. But then I went back to it using my ritual. My ritual is I get 1 ml sample, I try it out, I test it out, then I get another one in a different season and I test it out. If after 2 tests in 2 different seasons I feel that the fragrance is worth it, then I buy it. So that's what I did with Aqua Gio, and I think it surprised me. And I'll tell you why it surprises you. Within 2 or 3 minutes of the application, you will see that the opening is quite natural, yeah, which is very different to what you got in Aqua Gio original 1995 formulation. It smelled chemical. This one is quite natural. The ingredients used in this perfume actually smell quite natural, quite herbal. I like it. And so the top is an aquatic fragrance, so the top is aquatic. It has also got a hint of aromatic, so aquatic aromatic. So what are the top notes? The most noticeable one is obviously an aquatic accord, and after that you got a very nice natural smelling bergamot. And you know, bergamot is such a fresh, beautiful, zesty type of a fragrance. That's what the opening is. Very nice, zesty, aquatic. That's the opening. The fragrance will get into heart. It takes time to get into the heart. This beauty of this fragrance actually is demonstrated after about 30 minutes. But from memory, It's a sort of a green herbal heart. Yeah, green. Aquatic, top is aquatic, citrusy. The middle is green herbal. Now, what are those herbal bits? So it's a bit minty. So geranium is listed. Now, I had never have smelled geranium, but I've smelled a lot of fragrances which have geranium. So it is a bit minty, but it's still dominated by that aquatic note. Yeah. The other two notes you will see are listed are sage and rosemary. And rosemary is normally applied to fragrances to give it that rough edge, push it towards masculinity. The heart of this fragrance is masculine. So that's why it's, I'll come to actually the reason why they've used this note. And sage, again, beautiful herbal note. So top, aquatic, citrusy. Middle, herbal, green. And then I have a dry down here. This is probably an 8-hour dry down. So all you get in the base, and I can tell you from memory what you get in the base. The base starts to come in play at about 3-hour mark, and it is quite prominent then. And it's very beautiful, woody, and smoky. So what they've done, they've taken the Aqua di Gio and they've added sort of incensey elements, slight bit, not too much, and they've added what can be said as a green patchouli. Patchouli, you know, has a smoky element to it. So smoky, incensey base, and also traces of, now it's very evident here, the traces of sandalwood. So, but nothing has been overdone. It's a very balanced, smooth transition from, you know, top to middle to base. Now, what I like about this fragrance, so I disliked it first because you test it on a piece of paper, the eggy note comes out, and you think it's very similar to Aqua di Gio, nothing special, why should I buy it? So what makes it a special fragrance? You see, this gives you a very sober, classy ambience. It's a sober scent, you know, it's classy, it doesn't try to scream out. I mean, let's compare what Aqua di Gio did. Yeah, Aqua di Gio was entering a room, a guy says, "Hi all." What this one does is it enters the room and introduces himself in a slow, sober, sophisticated tone by saying, "Hello, by the way, I'm so and so." That's the difference. Doesn't scream out. It has some kind of a depth of personality, and that's what I like about this fragrance. It's classy, sober, and it's sort of depth. There's got some depth to it. It takes time to like it, so don't rush to judge this fragrance on one test strip. Get a sample, test it out, and sort of try and understand what the fragrance is. It's been created by an absolute expert in his field. So Mr. Morales, as I said, has created 200 fragrances, so he must have thought something about this one. Anyways, in terms of performance, so this fragrance, as you can see, I mean, this lasts for about 8 to 10 hours. Yeah? So projection, for the first 1 to 2 hours, this will project, and it will project quite a bit, at least 2 or 3 arms length. At about 45-minute mark to 1 hour mark, it starts to recede a bit. And as I said, it's a sober fragrance, it's not a shout out loud kind of fragrance. At about 3 hour mark, it gets even further, even closer to the skin. But what you get is good scent bubble, the sillage. The sillage is about 4 to 5 hours. Projection, as I said, you know, I'd say 1 to 2 hours. In terms of longevity, it's a very long lasting set. So 8 hour, I can still smell it. And in terms of value for money, this fragrance, I mean, this is a 125 ml, slightly overpriced, I think. I bought it for 70 odd pounds. Since it doesn't do anything spectacularly different than Aqua di Gio, which is available for, I think, same kind of a bottle is available for about 38 to 40 pounds, I would say it's slightly overpriced. Also, occasions. So I don't see this fragrance being worn apart from work, smart casual, daytime, yeah, daytime engagements. I don't see this as a date night. You could, if you like the smell, you could, if your lady likes fresh scents, definitely you can do that. It's definitely not a clubbing scent. You can't beat the other well-known clubbing fragrances. In terms of so the value for money, if you look at that quotient, because it's not very highly versatile and it's quite overpriced in my view, the value for money element is medium. Yeah. In terms of what else did I have to cover? Seasons. The seasons that I think this fragrance is worthwhile is going to be summer and spring. This is terrific with a bit of warmth. The projection also increases when it's slightly warmer outside. So let's say projection would be probably 3 hours. As I said, the ingredients are natural, so there's no risk of this thing running off your skin. It stays. So in summary, what I'd like to say is this fragrance needs a bit of time for you to fall in love with it. This fragrance is a sophisticated, sober, herbal, aquatic smell. Very nice smell indeed. You will not be disappointed. You know, this smell is of the category which is a supportive fragrance. Supportive fragrance basically are those fragrances that support you in whatever environment that you want to wear it. So the fragrance doesn't wear you, you wear the fragrance. Yeah, there are some fragrances which own you and they dictate what you do. This one is the other side. It basically goes along with the occasion that you want to wear it in. So that's the big plus with this fragrance. So that brings us to the end of the review. I hope you like it, and if you do, then do click on the like button and subscribe. Once again, AC signing off. Thank you. Namaste. See you again. Take care.